Hi there and welcome to the channel. Today we'll talk about Ollama. Ollama is a software or is an application that allows us to run large language models locally. And today, the main purpose of today's video is to show you how to install the application and how to install at least one of the open source large language models. And finally, we'll be running the application using the terminal. I'm not going to install any user interface for this specific video, and then I will teach you at least the basic commands you need to know in order to start using the application. So first of all, what we have to do is we need to go to the official website, which is the Ollama.com. And then on the main page, on the home page, you have the download button. I'm going to download on my Mac. This is as a normal and a standard application. So once you download the application, you will use the normal way of installing any application on a Mac. Okay, so I'm not going to talk anything about this. Next step is important, which is the models itself. You need to install at least one open source large language model in order to use the application. So first of all, we need to go to models. And now what we can do is to go here and then we can sort by most popular. I will do that. And as you can see, the most popular is Llama2. I will install that. Is that your first large language model? For sure I will install this one, Llama2. Okay, so if you go to Llama2, here you have the command. You can make a copy here, or Llama run Llama2. So then we can install the model. But I would like to show you something. This is the model family is Llama and parameters 7 billion parameters. Okay, but Llama2 provides three different types. If you go here down, you have the memory requirements. In order to run the model, the 7 billion parameters model, you need at least to have 7 gigabytes of RAM. Okay, so but then you have other options. If you, for whatever reason, you have much more capacity, you have much more RAM available, you could decide to install 16 gigabytes of RAM. Okay, so by default, the one that is, if you go up here, by default, if you run the command Ollama run Llama2, is going to install the 7 billion parameters. You go to tags here, the tags, and you look for 13 if you are interested, for example, in this one. As you can see in here, you can decide to install Ollama run Llama2 colon 13 billion parameters. So you can run or install that one. Okay, I'm not going to install Llama because I already have installed on my computer, but I would like to install a new one. So you see, it's going to be exactly the same process as installing Llama2. So I'm gonna go to code Llama, and the only thing we have to do is, make a copy of the command. And in my case, I go to the terminal. And in my terminal, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to run the command Ollama run code Llama. So it's going to take, I hope, no too long. So it took around 5 minutes to install the large language model. Okay, and immediately after installing the large language model, starts with the model itself. But I would like to, I'm gonna go out from here now because I would like to show you first of all something. Okay, so now we are gonna use a few commands in Ollama. I think the first one I will use is just Ollama list. Okay, this will provide a list of all the large language models are already installed on our computer. And in order to run, for example, let's say that I would like to use now Llama2. What I have to do is just to go say Ollama run Llama2. Okay, I'm running Llama2. I'm running the Ollama. So I'm already using the application. Ollama is running, and I can interact now with, in this specific case, with Llama2 large language model. Okay. As I said, I don't know if I said before, but if for example you have Llama2, there is an update, and then you run Ollama run Llama2 before opening the application is going to update Llama2 before starting the application. Okay. So what about if I ask here who are you? For example, I'm gonna ask to the large language model, and as you can see, I'm Llama. I'm AI assistant developed by Meta AI that can understand and respond to human input in a conversational manner. I'm trained on a massive data set of tests from the internet and can generate human-like responses to a wide range of topics and questions. It can be used to create chatbots, virtual assistants, and other applications that require natural language understanding and generation capabilities. Okay, so we are already interacting with the model. Okay, now as you can see here, you have send a message, and then you have into brackets you have the slash question mark. Okay, for help. That's what I'm gonna do now. So if you do that, we have the available commands that you can use in here. I would say one of the most important ones, maybe at the beginning at least, is to know how to go out from Ollama. So you have a slash by, and you will be able to go out. Okay. Another one that is important I would like to show you is the shortcuts. I will say shortcuts. Okay, and here you have a menu. I don't know if you can see on the recording at the bottom of the window. Okay, so I'm gonna use already the one of the shortcuts in order to clean the window and go to the top. Okay, I will do exactly the same as before. I think slash shortcut, because I'm not sure you could see the menu shortcut. Okay, here the available keyword shortcuts. I think Control L, clear the screen, is one of the most important ones in here, because it's not very nice to be let's say writing the questions at the bottom of the screen. It's much better to use it, at least I think for me is to use it on top of the screen. So I will use a Control L whenever I want to go to the top. So I think these are, let's say, the most important shortcuts or you can use. For going out, the shortcut is Control D. Okay, we saw also that we could use something like this one, slash by, and we can go out from Ollama. Okay. The only thing I would like to mention and to finish with the commands is, what about, as I said before, Ollama list. I have the list of the large language model. What about if I would like to remove one of the models? Okay, because for whatever reason, I realized I was, I installed another open source large language model, and I'm not going to use it anymore. So I can use Ollama remove, okay, and then remove, and then the name of the model, and you press enter, and then the model is going to be removed. I think for the first video about Ollama is much more than enough. We know already how to install. We know how to install the large language models as well, the open source large language models. We know the basic commands in order to run the application. So I think I will leave it right now in here. We will continue working on Ollama in the next videos, but for the time being, I think it's more than enough. So bye bye now, and see you around.